Hi, welcome to Trading with TK, teaching you to turn ideas into money. We're at www.tradingwithtk.com, and today's Monday, September 22nd. And, we were looking for a pullback. Friday night, my indicator was overbought. Actually got overbought, Friday morning, and was overbought most of the day, so a pullback definitely was in the cards. Didn't think we were going to get 400 points or 350, but that's what we got. Started out nice and slow, looked like a nice, easy, low volume pullback, and then by 2 o'clock it just got uglier, and it got that ugly look again to it. And it's just total confusion. Everyone's off balance. A lot of guys aren't going to trade, and that's probably a smart idea until they can get some clarity as to this plan from Washington. Now the politicians got their hands on it, and God knows what's going to come out of that. Barney Frank, who I think is half responsible for the whole mess for not overseeing it, now he's got his hands involved in it again. So yeah, look out. But anyway, we were looking for a pullback. We got it. Came back a little bit more than I was comfortable with, and got a little uglier than I thought. But I'm looking to see a bottom formation. And I was flipping through the channels tonight, and everybody on every channel is so negative that in order to try and sell somebody the idea that maybe we're putting a bottom in, I know it's going to fall on deaf ears. But nevertheless, we'll take a look at the major indexes, and I'll show you what's shaping up. Maybe I'm totally dead wrong, but until proven wrong, we'll see. Just so much negativity, it's unbelievable. One of my key stocks is Apple, and when I first came online in March of 15th. I recommended it around 125. Thought it would go to around 200. It got to 198ish. We recommended a short sale around 186, and I had a target of 120, 130. And I said, as goes the market, so goes Apple. And I thought if Apple got down to my target of 120, 130, that would probably be the bottom for the entire market. And lo and behold, that's where it is. The stock is down here. Now, it hasn't put in any kind of a base that it could rally out of, but it's interesting that the stock is down at the bottom of the support area. It's just another little indicator that I have. So they're starting to add up. But like I said, there's so much negativity around. It's very difficult to even think about a bottom here. But we'll look at the major indexes. No new ideas until this confusion is cleared up. There's too much whipping around. I don't want to put my reputation on anything yet until I get a clearer picture. But we will take a look at Capsel, CPSL, the one we bought this morning. Still looks pretty good. It's one of these commodity stocks, and those are the stocks that are starting to act good, so that one's going to work out for us. Everything else is whipping around just too much that the market needs to settle down, and it has to stop being irrational, as Mr. Greenspan would say, irrational. So let's take a look at CPSL, and then we'll take a look at the major indexes, so don't go away. I'll be right back. Okay, we're looking at the daily bar chart of CPSL. This is the stock we bought this morning. I paid $4.44. And I just want to remind everybody why we bought it, because of this gigantic ascending triangle that we're in. And that's the top I think we're going to break out of on the next push up. So put that into the portfolio. And now let's take a look at the major indexes. And I laid out the other day two possibilities. This is the Dow. Okay, one possibility was that the Dow would come back down, like it did today. This is today. and I thought this could be a left shoulder, and I thought we'd come back down and go back and forth and build a right shoulder. Well, the first day is already in. See, I don't want it really to break this low, otherwise the picture is going to be a little distorted. So far, so good. Okay, and my indicator, my short-term indicator, is very oversold. I would suspect sometime tomorrow we've got to get some kind of rally out of this. Okay, so this still is fitting into my scenario. The other scenario, I said that if it didn't hold this level, that it may want to come back down and test this low area again. But so far the Dow is fitting into the picture of the reverse head and shoulders so far. This is very, very early. This is very tentative so far. It's hard to come up with an idea, before the picture is in and think you're going to be right. But so far, so good. And you've got to give me a little slack on this because it may not work out. But so far, it is. The transportation average. Okay, transportation average pulled back down. Now, here's the deal with the transports. This is the range we're in. This is the support, and this is resistance. And this is what we're going through, back and forth, back and forth. Actually, in the big picture, the transports hold up pretty good. But the picture itself is not that bullish. I can't say it's terribly bearish either, but it's not giving me any help whatsoever. Russell 2000. We've got our pullback, and this is the support and resistance up here. Now, in order for my scenario to work, this really can't pull back much further than this here. Because what we're trying to get is a shoulder over here that looks something like this over there. So far, so good. I mean, if it comes down too far, then the whole theory kind of is in jeopardy. But so far, so good. SPY, same concept here. Pulled back into support. It's working on that head and shoulder, that reverse head and shoulders pattern. But like I said, everyone is so negative to even try and talk about a possibility of a bullish pattern being formed. It's a hard sell, I know it is. And we still need a few more days of backing and filling and holding these support areas for it to work out. QQQQs. Now this is one I was a little disappointed in, because in order for the head and shoulders pattern to kind of fit my scenario, I didn't really want it to break that low. But I also said that there's a possibility that it could come down and test the support area down here. And I think that's probably what it might do. So we've still got our resistance here. This is the breakout we're looking for. Coming through this would be the positive, get on board. But we need to get through this. I don't expect it to happen very soon. I think we've got to do a lot more work back and forth in here before we actually break out of that. If we break out. Eventually we will, but I'm talking about within the near future, without breaking these lows down here. Okay, so let's see how this develops. This is still very tentative. This is why I'm not recommending any new stocks. I want to see how this pattern starts to build and whether it can hold these support areas or not. Okay, so that's it. The market is very on edge. All the traders are on edge. They're all upset with this short sale rule that was removed. It didn't help the bank stocks today. They knocked them down anyway. These people are watching. I hope they come to their senses and reestablish that rule immediately. Okay, so until tomorrow, TK signing off.